uptick, a big uptick, a frequency alert for these illegal 702 searches. Now, that's not only your metadata for your phone calls, but that's also the content of your phone calls. Everything. I think that's going to be everything, not just your phone calls and text messages, but all your web activity and emails as well. So now the key person I think is responsible is this Nellie Orr. She's in charge of, at the CIA, Open Source Works as a contractor. The other contractor here is Glenn Simpson, which is the International Assessment Center in Alexandria, Virginia. Now, is that in the same building on Lynn Street, 1313 Lynn Street, that our Inspector General from the House, Teresa Grafenstein's at? We don't know that yet, but that's where I'm guessing it is because of her strong connections to Podesta. I'm guessing Open Source Works is up at the American University, and I'll go through why I believe that is. But here is when Mr. Rogers here shuts down these illegal to and from and about queries that were happening. He doesn't do it till the 18th of April. That's 1 full month. That's 1 full month to shut down the contractor access. This would never happen at NSA. If you ever had people doing this type of raw intelligence and being able to download the raw intelligence. So here it is from March 9th, 2016, right, to April 18th. It's right there in the document, right? You can see it right there. Again, if I am a GCHQ officer, I go in with my laptop, I pull down all those 702s that I want and all the deep dives that I want to Palantir. I load up these hard drives, sort of like Imran did at the House of Representatives, and then away I go. I go somewhere to then have a group of people in an opposition research environment start looking this up. I believe initially they were looking for crimes. Toward the end of Crossfire Hurricane, when it gets to 150 people, I think that's when they're just looking for anything. And you can see the quality of the PP dossier is really a kind of a best hits or top hits that we've found in our research, that we found in our Palantir research. It's basically a laundry list of the worst dirt that they've found in their Palantir research, which is not much, which is quite amazing, really. So here is, I'm going to start building the case now for how closely tied GCHQ and NSA are through this linkage of Palantir for doing their opposition research. It's what they've done since the inception of the program, since 2004. This has been a NSA GCHQ project, okay? Okay, you may remember this article coming from the Snowden disclosures. This is when Mike Flynn is head of the DIA here in 2014, okay? And it's how to use Palantir basically to destroy reputations, right? New kind of sig dev. Now, this might have come in before Mike Flynn. I'm not saying it might not have, but this is the Joint Threat Research Intelligence Group right here. This is JTRIG right here, okay? That is what this is. This project right now against Trump is a JTRIG type of action, and it is a Five Eyes what they do. So I get to 150 people on this project. The reason why I say these buses here, dedicated buses, are going out to the CIA or the farm or someplace that has this root level access is when it goes to Crossfire Hurricane, you got to get 150 people. Now, the reason why I say it was originally back here, okay, it's back here at this little building, the analysis was originally back at the little building, is because if I'm a GCHQ officer and I'm bringing the laptops there for examination and so forth, the students don't know that they're dealing with classified information. You're just telling them, hey, we're going to just do a sample problem today. We're going to be looking for money laundering from from Deutsche Bank through Trump properties and Trump hotels, buying property, Russian property in Florida at Trump Hollywood. That's what we're going to be looking for today. The students don't know any different, right? It's when you get to this situation right here where everyone's on the bus and you're actually doing deep dives. This is what the 99-page document by Rosemary Collier says, that this turned into this opposition research, a little bit passive and benign, turned into this massive kind of hell-bent for election kind of, of chaos that at Fort Meade. So we don't know exactly all these details, but I don't think all the activity was just at Fort Meade. I think there was a lot of activity at CIA. And the reason why I believe that is the person who led the CIA's open research is Nellie Orr. Okay? Now, if it happened, like Thomas said, all at NSA, I would be surprised. The information that I have is just a few people, adjunct generals from the British military and so forth, going up there from Anacostia, DIA to NSA. Okay, so I can be proven wrong on that, but that's why I focus so much on this. And I'll just leave it at that, but there's lots and lots of footprints here with GCHQ and Palantir. That's why I think it's the critical linkage. It's the thing to look on. And people say, well, why are you speculating? Why are you speculating? Well, how many other British diplomats / spies and American opposition research people like Dennis Kucinich were in Washington, D.C. around September the 22nd to 25th? And Craig Murray has changed his story. He first said he found the thumb drive out in the woods, and then he's changed it to, oh, I gave authorization, and there may have been a thumb drive. Why is the story changing? Well, because something was going from England to United States, and something was going from the United States to England to sync up these Palantir databases, is what I think. But we know that there was this event here. Here's their pictures, right? We know that they were giving some kind of rallying cry to the troops. It could be anti-war rallying cry or whatever, but the people up here are very motivated to please and move up the chain in terms of getting out to the CIA, and that's exciting. And they're going to be spies, and they're going to have an exciting world as diplomats. Again, these people are most of them from other countries trying to prove their worth to CIA, which runs the show. Again, Craig Murray is in the middle of Uranium One with the Uzbeki truckers in Tashkent, right? Dennis Kucinich, for some reason, calls me 30 minutes right before I go to plead my case. Why? Just doesn't make any sense. There's something going on here with these buses. I just know it, and it's going to be Palantir. And this back area is going to be Palantir. I believe that open source works was American